Hi and welcome to Juna Hardy Yoga. Enjoy your next video. Namaste. Welcome to this 15-minute hip opening sequence. So if you suffer with achy back, shoulders, neck, it might be through having a stiff pelvis. So let's lie on our back to start off with and just take some deep breaths in to arrive on our mat. Take as much time here as you need to find some peace and a little space from where you've come from before you start practicing. Softly draw the soles of your feet upwards towards each other, allowing your knees to flop out. This is reclined Baddha Konasana. It's very soft, allows gravity to do the work as you soften in the hip joints initially. So let gravity do the work here. Don't force or push. And keep deep breathing and enjoy as the relax of the groin unfolds. Now drawing both feet up to the mat, and we're going to stretch the right hip flexor here as we drop the right knee towards the left foot, keeping the left knee directly above the left ankle. And drop the right knee down as far as it will go without forcing. Let gravity do the work. This will just open the top of the hip flexors. Repeating the other side. Left knee towards the right ankle. Moving on the breath if you can, so inhale, exhale, move, and take a couple of breaths, maybe 3 or 4 breaths, and not forgetting that you can always pause the video if you need to. Let's cross the right foot over the left thigh here, as though we were sitting in a chair crossing our legs. Draw the left shin towards your body, and this will give you a really good stretch in the right buttock. Inhale the knee away, exhale the knee towards your chest, so drawing the knee in as far as your hips will allow. This is a really nice posture for easing the back of the pelvis and the buttock muscles. And not forgetting to swap the legs. Crossing the foot and ankle over the top of the opposite thigh towards the kneecap. And you can take one hand up between the legs and pick up the shin, linking the fingers around the shin if you're flexible. If not, you can always take a strap around the shin and work the strap through so that it's more comfortable. The main thing here is to relax the neck and shoulders down on the floor and don't stress in the neck. Drawing the right knee into the chest, we're going to lengthen the left leg away. Push down into the left side of the body and the left hand. I'm going to draw the left knee into the body and lengthen the right leg away now and push away with the right heel. Take a few breaths and then draw the soles of the feet together in an airborne Baddha Konasana, cobbler pose. If it's possible, you might not be able to grab the feet here, you might be able to just hold on to the ankles, and that's fine. Some postures are not easy at all for some people, so I'd advise you to listen to your body here, and if it's not possible to get the soles of the feet together, don't worry, just drop the knees and the feet to the floor once more. I'm going a little bit deeper in this stretch here and crossing my legs in Padmasana, lotus posture, but again it might not suit your limb length and it might be tight in the muscles, so you can just stay with the soles of the feet towards each other. Lengthen the legs and then draw yourself softly up to sitting. come to sideways on the mat and just take a few moments to breathe. So I'm a really big fan of doing everything slowly. When the muscles have time to relax and ease, they don't work under duress and pressure when you are doing opening and releasing postures. Let's take the soles of the feet together once more in Supta Baddha Konasana and regular Baddha Konasana this time. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, bring the upper body between the feet. You can hold on to the lower ankles here as well. Pushing the elbows into the side of the thighs. That helps to push the thighs towards the floor, but again with the exhale breath. And then we're going to leave the left knee where it is and rotate the right knee so that it faces the left foot. And take the right knee as far back as you can, as comfortable for the body, and draw the right foot in towards your buttocks. That stretches the hip flexor, the ball and socket joint in the hip, in a slightly different way. Coming into the breath and seeing where you feel it in your body. If it's not comfortable, take a block or a cushion underneath the hips. And then swapping the legs to the opposite way. It's really important to breathe here, soften, relax through the groin, as a lot of it's about mental focus. And keeping your thoughts peaceful, the breath peaceful. And now let's come into a lunge stretch, taking our right leg forward, left leg back to stretch the psoas muscle, that walking muscle on the top of the left thigh. So if you're very open in your lunge position, you can always drop down to the elbows from the hands. If your hips are very tight, please stay up on your hands and keep soft in your upper back. You can take the back knee off the floor if you're very stretched in the hips, or keep the back knee down on the floor. Move down onto your elbows only if you're very open in your hips. If not, stay up on your hands. And if your hands won't reach the floor, please do take a block underneath your hands. Lunges are very powerful hip openers, so use the exhale breath, lots of intuition, listen to your body in every moment. Wherever there's discomfort, you can support yourself with a prop, like a cushion or a block, and move away from any pain. Any tingling sensations in the body indicates nerve trapping, so just back away. And repeating the other side in your lunge. So if you're used to lunging, taking it easy, use the breath. Try not to hunch your upper back. Really take the back leg as far back as possible to get a lovely stretch on the top of that leg. Drop that hip towards the floor and feel the easing of your body. So lungings can create a lot of ease. Let's tuck the toes under now and come into down dog. And don't forget, here you can always go to my posture tip videos on how to do downward dog and such postures effectively, which we isolate and explain how to do. And pigeon, Kapotasana. This really does loosen up the hips. There is a posture tip video for pigeon, so you might want to go look at that. Pigeon's very deep hip opener, so if your buttock, as in my left buttock here, is not down on the floor, please do take a cushion and place the cushion underneath your buttock. You can walk the hands down towards the floor and the elbows down, softening the whole of your torso towards the front thigh. It's a gradual descent to the floor, and if your body is tight and if there's any pain, please don't go this far down. Just play your edge. So by playing your edge, I mean just enough, not too much. Notice where there's a challenge in the body and stay with the challenge without pain showing up. And just ease and breathe until your body opens a bit more. Coming out of pigeon, come up into downward dog, and let's repeat the other side, lifting one leg really high and coming down onto the right side this time. Easing. I take pigeon very slowly and very easy, and often to be done once you've warmed up. So I tend to inject this posture into my yoga classes towards the end of our practice when the hips are warmed up. So if you're feeling cold, taking it really easy in Kapotasana, pigeon. When you come down with belly onto the front thigh, just be mindful to come down with ease and stay wherever you feel the challenge. Let's move up now and come onto our knees into Parigasana, the gate posture. And this side taking the right heel level with the left knee, toes pointing forward, hands on hips. We're going to inhale and lean the torso towards the right side, stretching the inner right thigh. And taking the left leg out to one side and inhaling, exhaling. Just taking the torso towards the left. And important here, do engage the pelvic floor and tummy muscles. Really important to look after your low back. Taking the knees really wide now, as wide as possible. Come down to the floor onto your elbows, and if your feet will reach each other at the back, then placing the soles of the feet together. Again, to be done if you are very open in the hips. If you aren't, please take a bolster or a huge pillow underneath your groin and the front of your body. Only to be done if you're very open in the hips. It's a gradual descent into this posture. Widening the knees will stretch the groin. You can come up onto your elbows after a few breaths. And to come out, roll yourself back. Draw your knees up and come down into Balasana, child posture, which is a counter posture and a resting restorative posture for the body. And stay here for some time until you're ready to leave the mat. Hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments.